If you spent hours reading up on MCP and you still go, I don't really get it, don't worry, it's not you, it's MCP. MCP has been described as USB-C for AI, but I think that's a terrible way to describe it because it really doesn't tell me what MCP really does. Allow me to take a crack at explaining this a little bit better. Let's say you developed your own to-do list app, and now you're ready to take the next step. You want to connect your app to an LLM so it can tell you what tasks you have procrastinated yet again. But you know that an LLM is just text in and text out, meaning you send in some text and it responds back to you in text. So the question is, how do I exactly get an LLM to talk to my app? Here's a naive way to do this without an MCP. Since we know that an LLM can only respond in text, it needs to rely on an external service to call your app. The naive approach is to write your own custom instruction that goes something like this. Hey, here's my to-do list app. If a user ever wants to know a list of unfinished tasks, please call a method called getTasks with a start and an end date range. And also format your requests in a JSON structure so I can understand you. Now this custom instruction gets appended to the system prompt for your LLM to reference. So if the LLM does decide to call your to-do list app, you have a few more custom code to write. You need to write a parser, tool manager, and a session. You need to write your own parser to deserialize the JSON to validate it. Then you need a tool manager to keep track of a list of all your methods. And finally, you need to establish a connection or a session to your app to actually call and respond the data back to the LLM. This is a lot of work, but you think to yourself, maybe that was worth it. Wrong. Imagine having to repeat this for every new code you write. Also, imagine changing your existing code, which means all the middleware now needs to be updated as well. Here's where MCP comes into play. So all the work that we just listed, yeah, we don't need to do that. MCP does all the work in handling the requests, managing the tools, calling the right tool, and establishing a session and responding it back. MCP is just an abstraction of all of this and asserts them as a protocol. From the coding side, all you need to do is decorate your method signature with MCP and it will gather all the necessary facts about your code, such as your method name, description of your function, input parameters, and more. And all of this relevant data automatically gets passed to the LLM. This means adding new tools and updating existing ones are automatically handled by MCP, and you don't have to worry about updating all the middleware, and your LLM will already know how to interact with your application. That's really it. Calling MCP as a USB-C for LLMs is a bit of a disservice because MCP isn't adding a new medium for LLMs to communicate, but truthfully, it's just a more streamlined way of allowing LLMs to communicate with other systems. Now, you might be wondering, why is it called an MCP server? Where is the server? It's called an MCP server because when it calls your app via MCP, you are essentially acting as a server to provide relevant information to the LLM. So from the perspective of an LLM, when it transfers data back and forth between the LLM and the code, whether it's your own app or remote MCPs like GitHub, Google Drive, or Slack, it will treat them as an external service that responds with data that it requested.